Lesson 2, Section 9, Fencing and Barriers. The final hazards we're going to review in this lesson are associated with one of the most commonly found items in a play area. Fencing is often used as a way to contain children in a manageable envelope for supervision purposes and to prevent them from going into nearby areas that may be hazardous, such as water bodies, roadways, parking lots, and electrical utilities. While having some type of area containment is important, it's equally important to ensure that the fence height, materials, and installation are correct to avoid potential hazards. Here are a few of the common items to look for. All fencing should be a minimum of fall height per licensing requirements and ASTM standards. That's from the bottom of the grade to the top of the fabric. If the fence is chain link, you don't want to go with the standard 2-inch mesh, which you find in most playgrounds or other types of basketball courts and court facilities. You want to go with a tighter weave mesh, which is 1.25 inches. You'll find this same mesh around pools for security purposes as well. If the fence is wood, please ensure there are no supporting cross members on the inside less than 45 inches from grade or between each other to prevent climbing. All pedestrian gates should be self-closing and self-latching like the one here. As you can see, it opens freely and will automatically shut behind a child. Ensure there are no obvious projections of bolts in the gate hardware. As you can see on this one, all of the projections to the outside of the play environment, ensuring protection for the children on the interior. And make sure there's no gaps larger than 4 inches in the fence where a child could escape. And as you can see here, we're less than 4 inches, and this is compliant. If you have a style of fencing other than chain link, or you feel there may be other issues with your fencing, please consult with the playground designer or certified playground safety inspector. Also, if you plan on replacing the fence in the future, it's best to consult with the CPSI first to ensure the installation will be part of the solution and not part of the problem. Just as fences serve a vital need to help contain and protect children, barriers can serve an equal role in providing child safety by preventing the intrusion of vehicles into your play space. In general, any playground that abuts a parking area or roadway should have some type of suitable barrier along the perimeter of the play area. Also, a barrier may be determined necessary by your CPSI due to the proximity of the vehicular travelway, speed of travel, or other site-specific factors. One of the most common situations when a barrier is required occurs when cars are parked directly perpendicular to the perimeter playground fence, and there is a high probability that a car may improperly be operated in a way that would cause the automobile to enter the play zone. When inspecting your play area, take a good look beyond the fence and ask yourself, what is the real probability that a car could accidentally impact the play area? Is there anything that could stop the entry if it did occur? And lastly, what would be the result? After this simple evaluation, many play area operators come to the difficult conclusion that their play zone is underprotected. In these cases, a barrier is most certainly required. There are many options when it comes to barriers. Discrete barriers, like this steel bollard and this swing gate, are utilized for short lengths along parking areas where pedestrian access is required. Contiguous barriers, such as steel and wood guardrails, are often utilized along the edge of roadways or along longer runs where parking is parallel to the play area. Selecting the right barrier can become complicated, and there are no specific standards you should follow once you make the decision to protect your play area, so it's best to consult with a playground designer or certified playground safety inspector on a final option. Also, barriers do not have to be visually obtrusive. With a bit of creativity, you can help enhance your overall playground design or theme. Remember, it's not your job to know everything about playground fencing or barriers. However, you should realize when a fence or barrier is required and common hazards associated with these elements, and when it's time to bring in the professionals to help you. This completes Lesson 2, Identification of Common Playground Hazards. Please answer the questions at the end of this section, and we'll see you again in Lesson 3 as we discuss how to go about inspecting your play area. Remember, you can make a difference in the safety of our children.